Hey you guys, we're back with yet another video. More like a haul video slash new makeup try on haul. So let's start. Well, I went to like 3 places: Sephora, Ulta, and MAC. I feel like those are like the most places that I've been to for now. Mostly Ulta, because I think I went to Sephora for like 1 or 2 items, to be honest with you. Not that much. But I figured let's start with a perfume that I can finally have in my own hand and you can smell it. Now that it's at Ulta, and that's from Sniff. The first time I ever heard from this brand is actually their first, I think their first perfume that they ever released, which I have in my hand. And that was the one that I was most interested in. And that is the Creme Couture. This is like a croissant. First of all, let's get into the presentation, okay? And I don't know why I thought about keeping the box, but it's like, girl, if you buy a new box, it's going to be the same one. So why do you think about keeping the fucking box? Throw away the box. But I appreciate the presentation. At least most of this stuff is recyclable, you know? Like, you got the waves and stuff of a flaky croissant, okay? And let's get into it. What is it? It's messy business. 1 bite of a hot croissant is almost impossible to keep. Secret to keep. The secret celebrates the golden, buttery, flaky crumbs that are guaranteed to end up on your chest, lap, and ploua. And this one is croissant cord, which is what attracted me to it. Ooh, wild berry jam. I wasn't expecting that. Black currant, toasted vanilla. Although I would like a toasted almond smell. Tonka bean and sandalwood. Okay. Here's the thing. When it comes for like perfumes, I actually have a decent amount, not like a whole lot. And I shouldn't say like, what's stopping me from buying it is money. Clearly I'd be dropping dime. But you know, like, I don't know, maybe because in my head I justify I can get multiple items for like, you know, $100 something. Because I see perfumes go up, right? Especially depending on the ounces. This is actually a decent price. Plus with the coupon that I used at Ulta, that was about to expire soon. But you know, where I could just get multiple items, you know, that's my justification. Otherwise I probably would be a perfume junkie. But this is, I would say, unisex. And I'm wearing it right now because I want to see how long it lasts and everything. But it smells good. That's like, I think that, and I have to check online what other stuff that they got that interests me. But so far, that's the only one that I've been interested. They have since released some limited edition stuff. And maybe some stuff that's, you know, not there anymore. But like, I mean, that's probably still there. That piqued my interest based on like the theme alone. But it's not my palette, you know. Like, they got the cola, they got the pizza one. I'm not interested. Let's throw that away. Okay, next. Okay, while I was at Sephora, I picked up some skincare. And I actually just finished this. I actually have another one of this. So I'm going to finish that up before I open up this one. And I figured, is this not... I think I would prefer this because this you would have to rebuy, right? And I've seen online that you can buy the refill. But I don't know why in the US it's so hard to find a refill by itself. It's either you buy the refill with this. That's what I've personally seen. If you are a skincare junkie and you know which sites I can get the refill by itself. Because these are refillable. These definitely are refillable. But the problem is... Hold on. Yeah, but like the problem is, right? These are refillable, right? It's just that, I don't know. I think the US just hates us. I mean, I don't blame them. But like I said, like, how come we don't have much refillable stuff? I feel like when it comes for skincare, save the planet, you know? But I'm saving this for like a makeup empties video. Because, yeah, just saving this for a makeup empties video. Let me just throw that on the bed so I remember to put it in the bag. But I figured, you know what? Let me just go with this. Because at least I could buy different cotton pads, pour it onto the cotton pad, engage it, and be done. And I feel like... How many ounces? Actually, let me go get it back. Okay, so like this one is 8.45 fluid ounces. And this one is 7.10 fluid ounces. So it's a little bit less, but it's the pads. And plus the pads are very soaked. It's very soaked. So sometimes like, honestly, if I didn't have a spill with this, I would have a lot of the liquid inside. So these come really, really soaked up. I don't mind it. And sometimes I like to use the pad underneath my eyes, right? For like 15 minutes and then keep it moving. That's when I was in the mood for that. But like, I think next time I'm just going to buy a whole... Ooh, should I just buy reusable pads? I'm thinking about 2 reusable pads that I kind of want to introduce to my life. Number 1 is the reusable pads for your face. And then I could just, you know, throw it in the washer. But it's like, how often? And do I trust my... Because right now my dad would be the one doing the laundry, right? But it's like, sometimes a guy just don't be... I might have to just hand wash it my damn self, to be honest with you. So, just a thought. But in the meantime, I could just fill it up with cotton and throw this in there. Hey, that's just a thought. That or just reuse the pads, you know, and place it to the side. I don't know. How wasteful would that be? I have to test it out. And then I also want, like, the next thing on my wish list. Actually, I have several things on my wish list. Big purchases, too, that I've been saving up for. So, I do want to try those reusable menstrual pads. Because me and my cousin, no, not my cousin, my sister was having, you know, a little chit chat about it. And because she's like, have you ever tried the reusable panties? period panties. I was like, actually, I have, but so many of them have had lawsuits against them because women's health is not important to these bitches, to none of these bitches. So that's why I was like, girl, just do your own research about which brand has their own lawsuit and everything, because it's just fucked up. But I was thinking about getting the reusable pads, because at least that is from, you know, people who make them themselves. I'd rather get, at this point, I've been more focused about smaller businesses now more than ever. And I basically took my mentality of, you know, these books, that, because like for a long, because, you know, before I got really into makeup, I was more into books, and I was kind of more radicalized when it comes for like, you know, book shopping and book authors and stuff. So for the most part, and I don't get me wrong, I do read a few problematic authors. I just don't publicize it because I don't want them to get my attention. Because by that point, I had already bought your book. What am I going to do? Return it? Especially the ebook version? Like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Okay, you already have my fucking money, and it's past the return window. So I'm keeping it, but I'm not just promoting you on my freaking channel. Like book channel, whatever channel, social media channel. Like, I wonder if there's a way to, because I so far I've been tracking my stuff on my Google sheet, and it's actually a really cool method that you can actually buy her stuff on Etsy. But I've since, you know, changed a few things on there, including like some formulas on there. But I like her way, because I like to see statistics about like what I've been reading, how many library books, all that stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna like hunt her down and link her down below in case you are one of those bookish girlies. But I also like Storygraph. I need to use Storygraph more often, to be honest with you. Just saying. And I like Goodreads, because Goodreads was what really introduced me to like all that stuff. And it's hard for me to leave Goodreads, to be honest with you. But I do appreciate Storygraph a lot. So for that reason alone, I'm trying to like, I think they need to work on their app a little bit more. But other than that, I have no problems with Storygraph. I feel like if you don't like the social aspect of Goodreads and stuff, then go with Storygraph. I feel like Storygraph is more informal, like, well, informative when it comes to these books. And like, you get to the neat and greedy, you know, of the reviews of certain books and certain vibes and stuff, because like they got that down packed. That's one thing that they have an edge over on Goodreads, right? And that's what I would say. Okay. And plus you can get a subscription if you don't want, if you want a more detailed graph of what you're reading and stuff. Just saying. But yeah, girl, I just prefer my Google sheet, to be honest with you. And I will, and she does have multiple versions of it. So that way, if you have, not, you know, Excel, you can have that too. I'm just taking stuff out. Sorry for the blabber. Hey, this is technically going to be a chit chat, kiki, get ready with me type of stuff. So a few more things that I got is actually from MAC. 2 things from MAC, to be honest with you. Actually, make that 3. 3 things from MAC. And there's a lot of pink and like maybe purple. So the first 2 things that I got is syrup from MAC. And this is their luster glass lipstick. And then I got the mini version of Mirror. And where's the Mirror? Mirror. And then their powder Kiss. Now I was about to go crazy and get more shades, but I was like, no. Especially there's one shade that kind of matches my lip color. And I was like, oh, I could use that for every single day look. But I was like, no. Come for what you came for. I actually came here for 1 product, but I left with 2 more stuff. So, and I got the Powder Kiss lip and cheek mousse, and that is the Something Borrowed, because I'm on my lilac kick right now. Like, there's 2 colors I've been really obsessed with lately for the past few months. Well, I would say the past, like, since December till now. Or November. Actually, it was November. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. But, and that's lilac / you know, lavender-ish blush colors. Plus, because mostly as an ombre effect for the deeper blushes that I got, the purple ones. And a deep green. I even dyed my hair a deep green that it almost looks black. Those are the 2 colors that's been like on my mind for like over and over again, to the point that I'm kind of introducing it to my hair color, to my makeup. And now I'm on the hunt for that deep green shimmer. And I'm going to hunt down on Shine by Etsy Cosmetics. So don't be surprised if you see Shine by Etsy Cosmetics on my stuff in like a few months. Okay? But I have Something Borrowed. I think it's described as like a lilac shade. Hold on. Okay, so this is Something Borrowed. And I can't wait to use it on the cheeks with like other like purple stuff. But like, let me just do it right here. And it's so soft. Which is crazy because I wasn't like, oh, see this as a blush? Now, on my tone, it doesn't come off as the lilac, but I see the lilac shade. It's like, to me, this is more like a deeper lilac. Or like a deep lavender, to me. But I like this versus the other purple that they have within the line. Okay. Then we have Mirror. And the reason why I wanted to try the mini first is because in this one, they have the more Mirror. Or whatever shade color it is. But basically, it's Mirror. But like, I guess in that format. And I was like, you know what? I keep seeing this on my timeline for like the dark skin girlies and like the black girls and like the Indian girls. Let me see how it looks on me. Because I swatched it before. I was like, but like once you blot it down, so that's mirror. It's such a nice pink. A nice deep pink, you know? For me. Then we have Soar. No, not Soar. Syrup. I already have Soar. I must say this smells so good. Ooh. I'm in my pinky purple area. Okay? But like, so that one is Syrup. Okay? I feel like I'm going to have fun with these colors. But mostly this because I want to see how well it ombres on the cheek. Because so far, I don't know why. I don't be seeing, like, I see it on the swatches on MAC. But as far as online, people just be using it on the lips. Like, I want to see it on the face, too. Like, hello. While I was also at Ulta, because, you know, they do have it, too. Another skincare product is also, well, no, wait. 2 different brands. Medicube, and it's the Gel Max, and it's the turmeric one. And this one comes with 4. So, I can't wait to put this on. And I think, does it? Oh, it does turn transparent. So, you keep it on until it turns transparent. High key, I know I have the silicone thing where you put it around your max and stuff. So, it's like, you know, stays on. And you can wear your glasses over it and stuff. I probably need to buy more because by the time I find it, it's going to be dirty, full of dust and collecting dust and shit. I'm like, I don't want that on my face. So that will be like a simple purchase. And while we're on the topic of skincare, we got the Dukes. And this is the reusable eye max. And I figured, you know what? Because I do want to take my, like, you know, my skincare more seriously. I do have a few under eye bags and everything else. And most of my problem is the hyperpigmentation. Yeah, I do have a few pimples here and there. It's not as bad as I was when I was a teenager. Like, the most I would get a pimple for is, like, you know, right here. You know? Like, when I don't use makeup that often. Like, after a long, long time. And then all of a sudden start using, that's when I would have little pops of, you know, whiteheads. But as far as it, you know, being serious, nah. And I like how it's reusable. So, hey. Since I'm not really into eye serums like that, I could just use my moisturizer and like, but I only got like 2 eye products. One of them is probably expired. I'm not going to hold you. And the other one isn't. So I'm going to have to use the one that isn't expired with that one reusable. And that one was from Sephora. But we got other stuff too. Hold on. Okay, so let's get some Fenty stuff out the way. I got 4 Fenty products. Most of them is from the new collection, to be honest with you. So obviously, I got the new Gloss Bomb, and it is, which one? What a Bitch. And look, Jesus. Like, I feel like when it comes for, like, editorial looks, this is going to be so heat. One swipe, bitch. One swipe. That's how they be getting this. That's how they get me. I don't know about you, but that's how they get me. Okay, and I got 2 of the liners, and this is the lip liners, right? The traced out liners, and obviously they keep promoting They So Vine, and I feel like They So Vine is already like a shade that they have already, but like kind of repackaged with this duo or something. The highlighter. So this is So Vine right next to it, and look at it. That's my type of tones for like liners when it comes for like when I want to do like purple or berry lip. And then we have the one that I've been really wanting the most. When it comes for their liners, and that is, what is it? What is this called? Board Hoax. And this one is like a deep, like, remember when she came out with that purple shade with MAC? This is it. This is it, but in her own brand. And that's what I want. This is what I wanted in a lippy, especially for a deep, deep purple lip. I'm definitely going to be using this more with smoked purple than probably like what is it? Night Moth. Yeah. Because this is what I want. And like, imagine doing an ombre with these 2 lip liners. Ooh, the ideas that's coming to my head right now is crazy. Okay, and you know what? While I'm on the, let's do that next. But like, and of course, I did get the What a Bitch highlighter. Okay, it's very glittery. But I figured, you know what? This is the closest I'm going to get to that highlighter duo that Fenty first released with. That orange and pink one. I feel like this is close to it. And I do have makeup regrets for not getting that because now that I'm in this creative makeup mood more, because back then I was a little scared of color, but like now I kind of wish I had it, but that's okay because I have this and I have Fire Opal from House Labs, Lady Gaga's brand, you know? So let's do a quick swatch. I feel like, and I already like in store put it on top of a blush, and oh my god, it's still on my finger even after I swipe, but you see that? It's so nice. This would do so well over a blush, but I wish it had less of a silver sparkle. That's my one critique, because I was hoping that this would be like duping, like a brand duping itself, but now like this has more silver versus the shades that I'd be seeing inside that duo that people be swatching, that the girlies be abusing over and over again. It's very much more pink than silver, you know? And even though it's like the same tone, It's just that it's not like fully there, you know? Next, I only got one Rare Beauty product, and that is Spirited, and it's their dewy one, and it's, of course, lilac. Like I said, I've been a very lilac pink, and this is a dewy one. So let me just... Oh, I cannot wait to use this on the face. It probably won't be today. And then we got quite a few About Face, and I promise you that's it. And who knows, I probably would have to do like a separate video, because at this point this is just a haul, chit chatty haul. And I got like 4 About Face stuff. I already own the foundation, that's it, and a few blushes, but they came out with concealers, and 2 other products have been there before. So the concealer shades that I got, so I'm in the shade MD2 Neutral, you know, and I'm mostly went with stuff that's like, you know, one brightening shade and one that isn't as brightening on the face, because I already mixed it in with the foundation to see like how it is in store. So I got M1 Neutral, yeah, M1 Neutral, sorry, the letters are so dang on tiny, and then I got M2 Neutral, and I feel like M1 is for like brightening, like if I want to like really brighten shit up, that's what I go to. And I really like the wand. So this is what M1 Neutral looks like. Okay, and I feel like when you mix it in with, you know, that shade is going to be dope. And then you got M2 Neutral. And see, this is more toned down. You see? So M1 Neutral and M2 Neutral. My bad. Child. And then, like I said, I'm in a glowy kick. I was about to get the Rare Beauty, but in store they don't have... Child, here comes my cat barging in and shit. They don't have all the shades of the highlighters in store, at least at my Sephora. That's closer to me. Probably in the bigger one. But I decided to go with About Face because it's slightly cheaper, and I guess like when it comes for ranges, more, at least in store, that I can swatch with. And I went with, I think, their deepest one, and it's called Sunstruck. And I want to mix this in with my foundation, to be honest with you, because I want glowy stuff. Okay? I spilled some. Can I go on to a video without me spilling shit? As you can see, it's very pretty, especially when I want to mix it in. I'm so sorry. That took me for a loop. Luckily, it's not that much, but it's very liquidy, as you can see. As you can see, it's very liquidy. And since, what is it? Cover FX went out of business, right? And I've heard so many people talk about the liquid highlighters. I was like, damn, I can't get it. So let me go with something else, because I was thinking about getting the Cover FX highlighter, you know, so that way I can mix it in with their, with a foundation, you know, because that's really intense, you know. And then I went in, instead of like a darker concealer, I went with like the bronzer Beach Freak, and this one is what, Internal Sunset. They have 2 medium deep ones. This is the lighter of the 2, because yes, I am medium deep, but I'm on the lighter spectrum of medium deep. Like, and these are very creamy. Okay, so if anything, I would use like my brush. See, but when you blend it out, it's so creamy, and it's like bloop, like it almost blended into nothing. I was like, should I even use this? Bro, it's like very liquidy. Let me clean that shit up before it goes all the way down into my sink, child. But this is what I got, y'all. I wasn't expecting to be chit-chatting this much. I was hoping to be a little quicker. So you know what? This is going to be part 1. And I'll use some of these products on my face. It's going to be mostly About Face. But like, child, I got a lot of stuff to be filming today. So I'll see you too in like part 2 as I'm using some of these products. Okay? Okay.